Late with Liv Harrison. I am your host, Liv Harrison. Welcome. This is our very first live event recording in front of a studio audience. Yeah. Thank you. Questlove is here in the back. It's very exciting. This is more than my mother, which is really awesome. My mom has come once. Which we should talk about that. She lives 6 minutes away. Well, that's fine. I am in the great state of Connecticut. Yeah. So are they. They actually live here. I don't. I live in Texas, but I make them believe that I live here. I come so much. So often? How do I say that? So often that I feel like I am in Stamford. But that's where we are. We're in Stamford, Connecticut. We're in the great restaurant, Columbus Park. I thought that was thunder. That is a car outside. We're at a restaurant. We just had food and we've got some wine and we're here and we're actually taping before Christmas, but we're going to air this right after Christmas. But because I don't know about everybody, but I think all of us are Catholic in this room, but it's okay if you're not. I was going to say the Catholic time. That's not what this is. The Christmas season. We do share Christmas with everyone. It's not just us. But the Christmas season starts with Christmas and then it goes on for a while. So we're going to air this during the Christmas season. So that's exciting. So this is in between now and Epiphany. Anyway, so I want to kind of talk a little bit about growing up in this area. My father is from New Jersey. Woo! I am not prepared for that. I was not prepared for that. That is crazy. I feel like I should just do it again for New Jersey. I don't think anybody's ever been that excited for New Jersey. Okay. You guys did make it to Connecticut, so that's good. Anyway, but yeah, so my dad is from New Jersey, and so I grew up coming here. I'm from Louisiana. I talk about it on like every single show. And everybody's like, we got it, we know where you're from. But yeah, so I grew up and I came all the time to the East Coast, and I had these aunts, Aunt Marie, Aunt Claire, and Aunt Nina. Okay, this is all I remember about these women. I remember they cooked lasagna. They would lasagna. This is a very easy crowd. Now I know what to do in my studio in Houston. I'm just going to give people wine and pasta, and that'll work.
But it won't be as good.
Oh, that's true. We won't be up here. Yeah, and I'll invite people from New Jersey. Who likes Texans anyway? Yeah, this is a really audience participation. I'm just kidding. I'm totally joking. They think they're at Disney World. So we would come up here, and Aunt Nina would watch a show called Hotel. Anybody remember the TV show Hotel?
Oh yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Just lie. So she lived in the brownstone next to Marie and Claire, and they would be making all of the foods, and Aunt Nina would just be sitting there watching Hotel and sewing dolls. So I honestly, whenever she passed away, I didn't know that Aunt Marie and Aunt Claire also had a television. But they never watched it. They just cooked all the time. Like, that's literally all they did. So what I truly and honestly associate to the East Coast is pasta. Like, I did not know any of y'all did anything else. Okay. That's why I decided to come hang out with the Marchettis, because these people know how to do pasta. So I do feel like this is a second home. I feel like Manhattan, and now who knew I would spend so much time in Connecticut. But what's so interesting is that Anna, who's here with me tonight, from Ohio, okay, which is so exciting, because normally she's not here to produce my show. Taylor produces the show, and let's give a round of applause for Taylor not being here tonight. Can we do that? Yes! That's probably really loud. I have like so many microphones. Anna, come up here, because Anna's family is not from this area, but you married someone who has family in Stamford.
Yes.
What is Jesus trying to tell us about Stamford, Connecticut? Like, why are we here so much?
Is there an apartment above the restaurant? Can we rent that out?
Maybe.
Studio?
Yes! Oh, this just got interesting. Oh,
and you have the lovely basilica right behind you.
Oh, good. We have a place to go to Mass. They'll roll us out. We'll be like those kids in Willy Wonka. Like, we'll just eat food and then roll into church. So, no, that's fantastic. Okay, so the family are they from Stamford? Are they in Stamford?
Old Greenwich, technically.
I don't know what that means.
I don't
I'm
know
gonna act
what
like that means a thing. So here's the thing I want to talk about. That's fine. I wanted to do all this stuff with you, Anna, because we are going to spend the day in New York. I pretend I'm Daddy Warbucks. And by that I mean I pretend my husband is Daddy Warbucks.
You're saying I'm a little orphan.
Oh,
you just adopt.
I'll adopt you. For Christmas. No, so I found out that Anna, like I already booked her coming out here, and I found out that you have only been to New York City for what, like 5 hours, 6 hours?
Something like that, yeah.
And it broke my heart inside. I was like, what do you mean? And so we're going to do all the things. We're going to paint the town red. I've still not seen the big Christmas tree. Rockefeller Center, I have not seen that yet. Have you?
No,
you were with me.
Yeah,
Did
we
you
didn't
see
see it yet. Did I see it when I was here last time? I might have.
Stop.
I don't know.
Lie.
I'm sorry.
No.
I haven't seen it yet. Wow, thank you, Liv, for taking me. We're going to Rockefeller Center tomorrow.
We are. We're going to Rockefeller Center tomorrow, and I told her you got to go to the top of the rock instead of the Empire State Building. It's a better view because you can see the Empire State Building. You know what I mean? So we're going to do that, and so we're going to do all the New Yorky things, and we're trying to do all the Connecticut things, and basically all that means is eating. That's all I wanted to talk about tonight. That's it. We're just doing food like all the time, and we are very excited. Except here's something that Anna and I were reading the other day.
We're very concerned about this. I'm very concerned about this.
So I have a morning show now, a live show, and Anna they hired also as the producer.
Yes.
So she produces my morning show every single morning.
Yep.
And one of the things we do is we read an article online on live TV. What am I saying? Live. We read it. I read it live.
Yes.
You're there.
Yes.
And we just read a very concerning article about bagels. Have you guys read about this?
It was on the news today when I was traveling too.
I told
Or when we were checking into the hotel.
You guys.
I think as well.
There's a schmear shortage.
A what?
Don't do
cream
this.
cheese.
You are Jewish inside. All of us. We all know what schmear is. You're verklempt about the lack of schmear. Schmear is the cream cheese that they put. And now here's what I want to say. She hasn't had a bagel yet from New York. No, you had Dunkin' Donuts.
No.
We're not going to talk about
I
this.
know. No, there is a Jewish bakery down the street from me.
In Ohio.
They still do the Jewish style.
How's everybody in this room think how an Ohio bagel is compared to something in New York? What are we going to say? Start throwing things at us.
Take their plates away. I'm going to let them take your pasta away.
I have nothing to say about that. Okay, I'll behave. So the schmear shortage is real, but I got to be honest. You haven't had a bagel yet in New York, which we're hopefully we solve that problem by tomorrow.
H&H.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Okay.
That's not my fave, but well, I don't know. The man in the tie said so we might have to try that. Okay, but they put how much cream cheese on that thing? Like, no wonder they're running out of it. Like, it's like this.
These are my people.
Like, you would think they would think, like, well, maybe if we just, like, spread it on thin, we could save the schmear. But what's really interesting is we read another article that Canada is running out of maple syrup. Yes. This is true. There's a maple syrup shortage.
They are having to tap into their emergency stores of maple syrup. Their emergency stores.
Is that like the strategic oil?
Listen, everybody was comparing to what Ryan wants to do with oil, and there's 100 million gallons?
Something like that.
100 million gallons of maple syrup storage in Canada, and they just tapped into what, 30, 50? What was it?
Something.
And I was like, what? What are we talking about? Like, everybody put down your Lego, your ego. Like, I mean, what are we, like, why is there an issue with this? So, again, if we could just conserve with the maple syrup, but apparently the Canadians, but they're still under lockdown, so they're like, listen, we need a maple syrup. We need the syrup.
Do we need to pitch our movie idea?
Oh,
We need to pitch our movie
go
idea?
ahead, pitch it.
So, before they tapped into the emergency reserves of maple syrup, apparently like a decade ago or something, someone broke in.
This is the $30 million.
Yes, someone broke into the emergency storage reserves and stole $30 million worth of syrup. Stole this from these warehouses, whatever the storage places
Like, is it
that
a
they
hose? Did we have an 18-wheeler? Were the people sleeping?
I don't.
Why? How do you steal mouthfeel and how much syrup is that?
Pancakes.
Where is it? And I think we should call IHOP and see what they're, or Waffle House. I don't know.
Well,
They don't have
so
that
we
syrup.
said I love heist movies. I love the Ocean's movies. So we said we need a Canadian Ocean's movie.
George
to-
Clooney.
to know what happened.
And Brad Pitt
And
is
we
just eating waffles the entire film. Because in every Ocean's movie, Brad Pitt is
He's
like,
always eating something.
Yeah,
Always
so we're
eating
gonna write it.
So,
But now we
yeah.
just shared it. So
But,
that's
yeah.
our whole thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, so nobody eat the schmear because
Because I haven't
Anna hasn't
gotten it.
had a bagel yet
Haven't
because
had
she
it yet.
still thinks Ohio is a place to
Okay,
get
we'll
wine.
go to Blocks. While you're
Okay.
okay. Shout out to Blocks.
So you guys, we're gonna go to break. You don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You are listening and watching It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison. Welcome back to It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison, and I am now going to interview a couple that I love so dearly that they are maybe a little worried at this point that I'm stalking them, and we can talk about that later. But I love them so much. If you're in Stamford, Connecticut, you know the Marchetti family. I've been so blessed to know Angela and John Paul Marchetti. They are the best host and hostess I've ever, and I am from the South. So for me to say that is really meaning something, and the people in this room know the absolute amazing generosity of John Paul and Angela Marchetti. They're my guests for tonight. Yeah. Okay. And because, hi.
And
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not-
it should
And
have
I'm
you.
not Antonio.
Oh, did I say Antonio?
Maybe.
Did I just
No,
say
no.
Don't do that to me. Good Lord. He has a brother that wants to be here, but we said no.
Yeah, we
Antonio,
don't
hello,
like-
Antonio. Now you've said his
You're
name
dirty, he's
45
over there.
times on here.
And he's
All right,
right here.
so you guys, I'm going to point this out to everyone who is watching. A lot of people listen on the podcast or listen on Veritas 1350 AM or on the Veritas app. So I always try to describe, it's kind of funny when I try to describe to the people listening, and then I'm like, just go to YouTube and watch this. We've got a mic and a poinsettia, which I learned how to say that. Did you guys know that's how you're supposed to say the plant?
Poinsettia?
Poinsettia?
Yes.
Poinsettia.
It's a poinsettia to me.
No, it's a poinsettia. You know how I know? Candace Cameron Bure from Hallmark. Okay, it's true. I learned.
like her.
I love her. She's my dream guest.
DJ.
No
DJ.
offense.
Second
It is-
best.
Your dream.
All right,
this
dream.
is already happening,
All right,
so I
fair
have to have a new dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm dreaming right now.
I know. You're like, this is a nightmare. John's like,
Yeah.
go back to Texas already.
What happened?
I know. So you guys, thank you so much for coming up here. You two, were you you've been? I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, you were born and raised. You're the mayor of Stamford,
He's the
Connecticut.
mayor. He's
Yeah.
definitely the mayor.
I made like 3 laws. Pasta on Sunday.
Yes.
Pasta on Wednesday.
Good.
And don't pay the meters.
And then Tuesdays like
Yes.
chicken with pasta.
I had to go pay $1.27 to park there for 50
John
minutes.
Paul doesn't pay the
Invoke
meters.
my name. And you get like double a ticket.
I was trying to help Stanford, grow. Like they don't need.
That's how we do
But
it.
now people aren't going to move because there's parking
Yeah,
meters.
exactly.
But okay, so you two, how long you guys been married?
It'll be 16 years in April.
That was cute. You almost did that.
Like
Oh,
simultaneous.
that's like it. Do you remember the year? Is that harder?
Oh my god.
2006.
2006. Well, I'm thinking like the year we met. We've
Oh,
known each other
nice.
since-
That was a good save, John Paul.
We've known each other since 1994. We went to high school together.
Nathan, see? Oh, we already know this. We're friends.
We've met each other before.
Nathan and I started dating in '94. You were probably
I wasn't
embryos. That's cute.
allowed-
I wasn't
allowed to
allowed.
date. No, I was.
We did date. I was at your house watching
Wow.
Super
That was
Bowl.
not dating. That
sitting
was
Your
down on the
parents are
floor.
gonna be okay
That
with
was
it now.
not dating. That was my dad was like, Mom, who's this guy? And so John Paul just sat on
And
the
he said
floor,
it just
and
like
I sat
that.
on the couch next to
He
my
said it
dad,
just
and
like
it
that.
was
He's like,
weird.
"Oh,
But it
who's
was like, oh, John Paul's here, and he's like, I gotta go meet my friends. I was like, don't leave, please don't leave.
Aww.
I
And
watched
you
a
left.
Super. Yeah, I did. I mean, I
did.
sat between
You
your
left for a couple
dad,
years,
your
you came
mom,
back
and
to
your
me.
2 brothers. I think Mario was on my lap. Where's Mario?
The Holy
I
Spirit.
don't remember any of
You were
this.
probably,
Holy
you were
Spirit.
probably drinking at that point. I split the
Juice. He was
drink,
drinking
yeah.
juice. Yeah, I believe in
No,
Mario.
but really,
No, he was really drinking. Yeah, tell the truth.
Mario was actually
This
very
is a
young in
confession.
1994. I'm 8 years older than Mario.
I taught him a lot.
Okay. Well, this is going awry. Okay, so how many children do you guys have?
We have 4.
Give 4. Tell me. Well, you can say however much you want about them because, you know.
So we
obviously, there's thousands of people listening to this
All right,
show.
so we have 4 children.
love
We have 3 older children, and then we have a little 4 months, almost 5 months old.
5-month-old baby.
But he looks like
He's like, yeah, he's
But
like,
he
he's
looks
walking
like
and
he's
talking.
2.
He's eating Brooklyn bagels. Not this stuff from Ohio.
John Paul Jr. knows the difference between an Ohio bagel
100%.
and I mean, what are we
He doesn't
doing?
even talk with sign language.
He stole all the meatballs.
That's why he's Augustus Gloop from Willy Wonka. Remember the kid that drinks out of the chocolate river? Oh, poor kid is going to see this one day. Happy wedding. Okay.
Yeah, so we
wedding.
have Antonio's 14.
Yeah.
Gemma's 12. Giuseppe's 10. All Irish names, you know. And then John Paul Jr. came to us as a surprise to us. Well, not surprise. Nothing is
Come on.
in God's
for him
of
for
course,
10
and in
years.
God's humor, 10 years later, you know, as Angela, who keeps everything, gets rid of all the baby stuff. And then
That's how you get pregnant.
And that's exactly what happened. So I was like, we could have got rid of this. We could have got rid of the stuff like 8 years ago. So
yeah, then that would have been closer.
Yeah.
So how old was your youngest before the baby?
10. Beth was 10.
Okay, so mine are 7.5 years apart, and I gotta be honest. I was so annoyed with the baby, which she's now 11. But I was like, oh my God, this thing can do nothing. It can't put itself in a chair. I have to do that.
So this,
I have to go
Well,
get it out of the
this
chair.
this thing that we have can't do anything either.
I mean,
Like,
it
we have
just-
to do it for him.
It's so little.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, they do it. They do it.
Oh
for
yeah, you've
him.
got old kids, so they can. Yeah, Zach was only 7, so he couldn't do much. I was like, that's a head.
Honestly,
Don't
it's
drop
the
it.
best thing to have a child that with that age gap because we really don't do anything at all. Angela does nothing. I say it with love.
Well, we believe in marriage on this show, and everyone's going to light a candle for the Marchetti family. We'll let you know if they make it. This is a reality show. Everyone, you're going to vote. Get out your voting pads.
I should have said.
Do they make it? Okay.
I don't
do you
do
get to
anything
sleep
either.
at home? What?
Gemma does everything. No, they're
No,
very
the kids are great.
helpful.
I'm just
I do nothing because they do it all for me too.
I know where you could buy flowers.
I
Here,
help.
take this
Take
plant
this
home. Yeah, give that to her.
Yes.
Minus the microphone.
Without the mic, I gotta keep that. So but the baby is the cutest baby in the world, and I've already told my children, I'm like, look, I know I made you, but this is the cutest baby I've ever seen in my life.
He's pretty cute. Yeah.
He's the
He
stores.
Like I'm addicted to him. He's so cute.
I get that. He stores like cheese in one cheek and like pasta in the
Yeah.
other, and together he makes manicotti in his face.
All at once, that's a good one.
The kid.
Built-in airbag.
Built-in airbags. This kid is so stinking cute. But however, and I know that we're all laughing and joyful, but he actually is facing some pretty, interesting things that a lot of us have never had to face. And those of us that love the Marchetti family, we've been walking with you guys through a really beautiful journey. You've been so generous and sharing your family with us and sharing your beautiful baby boy with us. So I wanted to let you have a little moment to tell the people who don't know your family and your son what all is going on. Or should I call Gemma?
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, Gemma can tell you anything. No, go ahead.
Well, so
Because I'm going to get to.
in all seriousness,
emotional. So maybe
we
you can break me in.
we were blessed with this little boy 10 years later. Now we know he's a boy, of course, but he was born. He had a beautiful delivery, but there was a moment there where the umbilical cord was wrapped around, and a lot of things were going on, and Angela was phenomenal during the delivery. But he was born black and blue, so his whole body was black and blue, and he had his right eye was a little larger and very glossy, and we noticed that right away. But we were told properly from the doctors that the umbilical cord was wrapped around him. There's sometimes it happens. It can discolor the body and the pressure and this, that, the other. So we didn't think anything of it. 2 weeks after he was born, we found out that he had glaucoma. And then with the glaucoma, a whole bunch of other hosts of issues were presented. So, basically, baby was born. 2 weeks later, we're moved to Boston for like 2.5, 3 months. And, baby had 2 eye surgeries. We found out he's got this skin condition called pigmentus vascularis.
I don't know, it's something
Phagmatosis.
Something.
So basically,
It's just a
we're
weird, rare
born.
thing.
Everybody has capillaries. He's born with them at the surface of the skin, and because of that, they're very sensitive, and they got onto his eyes. And we're praying that it doesn't go onto his brain. So he does MRIs, he gets ultrasounds, a whole host of teams of doctors, neurologists, dermatologists, the eye doctors that are just following him for the next 5 to 7 years. Mm. So it's been a crazy journey. But what we always say to each other, like you think you love, you date a girl, think you fall in love, then you get married, and then you have a baby, and then that brings you closer. This has brought our family, this little baby and his beautiful suffering that he has no idea about, right? Like he'll never know. It's really the adults, the parents, has brought us so much closer. It's phenomenal. Even with the older kids, the way the attention they give to them, and the relationship between Angela and I. Things don't go away. The little day-to-day things, but overall, what this baby has done, what God has done through this child for us, has just been tremendous, because you really realize in life, the order of things that need to be done, and how God intends it, and it's just beautiful. I mean, we've been blessed. I mean, this kid is.
He's a doll. He's so cute, and what's so incredible though is that the outreach, because your family is so loved in this community, which I was so excited to come here. Obviously, I'm from Texas, and I pretend I live in Connecticut when I'm not in Kauai. That was one time. And but I love this community. You guys really have something special. We've talked about it at length. Every time I'm with any of you, I talk about it all the time, how absolutely incredible this community is. And you guys don't just go to church together, but you eat together. Like when I was here in October, and we were having dinner with the kids and the baby. And I mean, we could not, well, I was fine. You could not eat for 5 seconds because the entire town, this is like a Hallmark town. Like everybody just walks up and everybody has to say hi to the mirror. It's not really the mirror. But like, and it's just like constant. And everybody was saying, how's the baby? We've been praying. What is that like to receive so much love and support?
So I guess, and I was talking to you about it just a few days ago, it's this overwhelming sense of like you don't realize how much you're suffering and how much you're dealing with, and all these people are coming around you, but it's not to like they kind of stop asking, not because they don't care, but just like everything dies down, and then suddenly you're like, wow, everywhere I go now I'm getting stopped. And they know about this baby that I don't even know who they are. And just the generosity has been beyond our circle, beyond even it's just all over the place. And this child has brought people to prayer, and people have dug in so deep. And it might have been hard for them to dig, and they just supported us in every way, lodging or food or whatever. It's just like it's been... I don't even know how to say thank you for it, because it's overwhelming. I don't know that I ever can.
I don't think you're supposed to.
No, but it's just
I don't think you're supposed to.
So I take all these other things that are happening in our life and say, okay, well, how can I help this other person? And we have a friend in need now, and how can I help them? And this is how we're gonna thank God for all these graces and these blessings, just to kind of pay that forward.
But you have, you've done so much work. That's what's so beautiful, though.
Yeah, well, I think...
I mean, don't apologize.
You're right on it. I think, like, what happens is sometimes you don't realize where... so you make a donation, right? You give to the church, or you give to a cause, and it a lot of times it just stops right there. You write your check or whatever, and if it's a little bit or a lot, and the people that can give a lot, but you don't see the fruits of it. Or maybe you do, you hear about it, and you might go to a gala, but... when you're on the other side of it, so I'm a very proud man, as my wife made one.
That's shocking.
Very shocking.
I think everyone here is shocked.
So you're going through these things, and some people reached out and helped in certain ways, and my initial reaction was no, I don't want
we got
it.
this.
Yeah, well, maybe it's a little bit of the Italian in me, the pride in me, like I don't want to owe anybody
all
anything. You know what I mean? Like
it's all the
it's Italian. Like I don't
the
want.
Man and the Italian.
I don't want to have this on my conscience, and but then you realize, wait a second here. there's something very beautiful about charity and allowing people to do that for you in our case. And when you humble yourself in that way, which was very difficult for me, same for Angela, it's just overwhelming. But people are naturally good and they want to give and they want to help. And why not let them? And I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, for us in there, but why not? Yeah, exactly. So, I think that the big thing that we take away, this child, whatever happens to him at the end of the day, he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. But the bigger takeaway was, God opens doors, God opens hearts, and you have to just allow that to happen and be grateful to it because it's life-changing.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. If you allow God to change your life.
Yeah.
But I don't think you realize it's like, oh yeah, surrender and let it go, let God. When you're in it,
there's no.
And you actually have to decide that you're gonna do that, and then you just like really let it go. Like when I gave the nurse the baby when he was 30 days old, and I trusted them enough that he was gonna come back alive, after anesthesia, that he was gonna be okay. Like you just let it go, or having to leave our kids. We had to leave our kids. My brother and his wife took our kids. Yeah. They just jumped in, stayed in our house. Like you have no control. Yeah. You have to trust, and that for me was really like I'm postpartum. Not home. It's like here you go. And
you're dealing with a lot.
Yeah,
you're dealing with too much.
You were a rock. For sure. And I think when you were weak, I was strong, and then when I was weak, you were strong.
Oh, good. I wanted to make sure your ego was still intact because I don't know enough Italian men that need some help with that. Yeah. My dad's Italian. Yeah, I've met you guys. No, it's so beautiful because here's the thing, but you have said yes. And at this time of Christmas, when we're all focused on a baby, right? We're all focused on right now, we're in Advent. This will air after Advent. Yeah. The baby will get here. He makes it. Yeah.
Every year.
So every year, it's like a surprise. It's like Titanic at the end. We're like, what's going to happen? We all know. So, so we're waiting, and the whole world stops for this one child, this one infant, and we think all the time, oh, well, that's a story that already has happened. That story is already over. That doesn't happen anymore. But obviously your child is not the new baby Jesus. We're not declaring, dear God, if Veritas gets some emails about this, does that come with a paycheck? No, so happened to the other one. He was in a manger. That did not end up well. No, this is not what's happening. No. But it's incredible how God can tell the same story again, right? Yeah. Through us, using us, your fiat, which is your yes, of saying, yes, I will allow this to happen. Yeah. I will get out of your way. And then to see the incredible fruits and grace that just is, y'all are saturated in it, your community's saturated in it, and you don't even know the people you've touched. Yeah. And this little baby, who has no clue and is so stinking cute. Yeah. We have to show a picture of this baby.
I know. I forgot. I had a picture. I was going to bring him, but you know what? He's sleeping now because he's a tank. He weighs more than Katie's 5-year-old.
I love it.
He might weigh more than Katie.
So
if you bring home Katie and you realize that's not John Paul Marchetti, that would be awful. No, Katie, let them know.
Save that
No swaddling Katie. Okay.
We have to tell you, when we were in Boston, all this stuff was happening, or even before we got to Boston, it was just we kept praying, and the door opened, and we just kept walking through it, and then another one, and we just opened, and it opened, and we just kept going through, and then all these people. They're like, oh, how cute, let me see the baby. I'm like, you have to pray for this baby. Please pray for my baby. What's the matter? We don't know. But we think he's sick, but we're not sure, pray. Okay, what's his name? And they're praying over this baby in a hotel, restaurant, and just all these things.
And, the doctors, and then a phone call came one time. This woman starts praying over him, and we needed to be at an appointment at Boston's Children. It takes 6 to 7 months to get just an appointment. I called.
Yes, Sonia.
I was on the phone for an hour the day before, and I was like, all right, we're not getting this appointment. We're at breakfast. This lady's like, I'm going to pray over your kid. She's staring at the baby, and Andrew's like, and the next thing I know, I get a phone call. They're like, oh, we got an appointment for you at 11:30. And I was like, it's 11:05. I had to call. I had to get the guys to bring the car around. It was all really crazy.
Wow.
We made it everything was
I just had a baby 3 weeks before.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
love
texts
that.
me every Monday. She's like, who can I pray for now? And I just send her litany of people to pray for.
I love that.
She's like
Yeah.
I feel like she's like, she's
Yeah,
became
she
my
was
best
great.
friend, and I never saw her again.
Yeah.
But everybody.
But this is so inspiring.
Everybody.
Like, this is so great
Yeah.
because in our country where we're so at ends with each other, right?
Yeah.
And we're seeing so much non-unity.
Yeah.
And we're just seeing, whatever. This is why I wanted to tell this story specifically, especially at this time when we're all still, drinking the eggnog and watching the lights and wearing sweaters and all the things. And, we're still in the zone and like, let's tap into that, like the Canadians and let's, and let's like relish,
Yeah.
in this beautiful,
It's cool.
beautiful story. Guys, I want to thank you so much. Here's what's so great. I want everybody to hear that, but now they're going to get to know my friends, John Paul and Angela, and why I love you guys so
I
much.
like to drink and eat.
This is great. That was cute.
Not
That
to
was,
get
you want to
like,
like chest bump? I don't know what's happening. So we're going to take a little break. John Paul and I are going to come back, and we're going to make a cocktail because this is my friend that makes sure.
All we do is drink and pray.
It's okay. It's not that
And I
late.
make up prayers.
All right, you guys, don't go anywhere. You are tuned into It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison. Welcome back to It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison. I am up here with John Paul Marchetti.
Drinking all day.
People are going to think we're in a fraternity together.
We might be.
We're in Cairo.
Yeah.
No, we can't say that. It's not a funny joke. Anybody? No? Oh, guys, come on. I was actually in a Cairo fraternity at Texas Tech University. It was a Catholic fraternity
Called Cairo.
called Cairo. We'll get to that another time. Obviously, I did not. Yeah, okay. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. You're going to teach
We're
me
thirsty.
when, I don't know how, when I come to your home, which is way more than I think anyone here would have suspected. It's often, and you always make a drink, and you make so many different drinks, but tonight you're going to make a drink, and you're going to teach me how to make it.
drink it.
Not
to make it.
whatever
happens.
You're a boss, so you go, John Paul.
All right, so listen. Everybody knows any dinner party, any party at all, or any gathering always needs a little bit of alcohol, some booze.
Yeah.
I mean, we're Catholic.
Yeah.
Or at least
Jesus.
here we are. Yeah. You need it. A little levity, it's good. I think St. Thomas More maybe even said, or St. Thomas Aquinas, you need a little bit of levity, to the point of hilarity, and maybe not go beyond that. But listen, it's all good. It's all good fun with family, and it's beautiful. So, I personally drink only vodka.
Yeah, I know. I drank with
That's
you.
That's you did. You did a couple times,
A few.
and I think I lost you. I was
ran
supposed
away.
to walk you back, and you ran away.
I did. And wine. You'll drink
Yeah,
wine.
I didn't pour those drinks. I was like,
Okay, go ahead.
no, so I think it's always important, especially during the holidays when you have dinner parties, whatever. Always have a nice cocktail that you can
All right,
serve
we'll
to
teach me a
everybody,
cocktail.
right?
Let's
So tonight we're gonna do a French.
You're Tom Cruise.
I'm Tom Cruise.
Elizabeth Shue. Wait, whoa, okay.
Just shorter.
Well, listen. I love that movie. Okay. Nobody laughed at that. Yeah, I'm ready.
So we're gonna do a French Manhattan.
Ooh.
So Manhattan is basically either rye or bourbon, and then you mix it with sweet vermouth, some dry vermouth, and bitters. We're making it French because we're going to use Saint Germain. It's elderberry. It's picked in the French Alps, and it's awesome.
That smells incredible.
It's phenomenal.
That
It's
smells
very
incredible.
floral.
Yeah.
And they call it the salt of liqueurs. Basically enhances everything. It doesn't take away from whatever.
Makes it
alcohol is.
better.
It makes it better. Enhances.
It's like us.
100%. And this makes us better. So,
Well, yes.
so we're gonna do. We're using rye,
Okay.
and we'll do like we can call it 2 parts of rye.
Okay.
So basically, I kind of like
John Paul has a heavy hand. It's a
kinda
heavy pour.
I go up about 2/3 of the glass. I do have a very heavy pour.
I know. I can't.
And if you want to do it the right way, Mario gave me a jigger. It's 2 ounces. You do just fill it up to the top. And
Okay.
do 2 ounces, right?
Cool.
Then you need a little bit of sweet vermouth. Sweet vermouth will just break down that bourbon a little bit.
All I think
And
of
we'll
is
do 1 part. And it's usually literally a 1 second count.
That's it, like
That's
a
all.
thing.
Yeah,
Bill Murray and Groundhog Day. Remember, he always drinks. They drink the sweet vermouth.
Exactly on the rocks.
Well, yeah, it looks
And
like
then
rum
and then you
with
do a
the
little bit
sun.
of a dry vermouth, the same, about a 1 second count. Boom. And then I'll use Saint Germain, and this.
Is that alcohol?
This is alcohol. It's only 80 calories, but it's so floral.
It's only 80 calories.
Yeah,
Because
it's true.
that's our concern.
No, I'm telling you.
Not having teeth by the end of the evening, not so much, but the calories.
And not being able to walk, but the calories in this is. So
I ran last time, so.
You did run.
I did.
You So, but it's very floral. It's very nice.
God,
and
that
what this
smells
does is
so
it'll
good.
it basically just enhances this whole drink.
Yes.
There's a nice little accent to it.
Okay.
And then we want to add a little bitters. The bitters will just
Why?
because it's too sweet at this point right now. You've got the Saint Germain and you've got the.
I feel like this is a lady drink now.
No, it's going to be awesome. It's totally.
No.
This is
No,
totally
we want
different from
this?
a manly drink. So we
Oh.
bitters,
Okay.
and then you got to get the Mascarino cherries, not those fake red looking cherries. You got to get these
This is a man cherry.
really sweet sugar
That's an
cherries.
Italian cherry.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
And then I like
Yeah,
to
they're gonna put you in the
add-
bottom of the Hudson kind of cherry.
Yeah, this is stuff that John Gotti cherries.
a Brooklyn bagel cherry.
Forget about it. Not that
This is an Ohio cherry.
Not that Ohio stuff. So I take
Yeah,
the
yeah,
cherry,
yeah.
I'll put it in the martini glass.
Oh, look at you.
You know, and then
Oh,
we're
okay.
gonna do one on the
Is
rocks.
that like
also.
chocolates?
No, try one. Did you try one yet?
Oh, by
Try 'em.
itself.
They're like
Okay.
they're like sweet cherries.
I'm so scared that it has alcohol. Is there
No,
any-
there's no
Any
alcohol.
of
There's no alcohol.
audience?
Oh.
There's no alcohol. Aren't those nice? They're
Yeah, that's
sweet,
really
you know?
good. Yeah,
All right. And
I enjoy that. We don't want to add a
Can you
Sprite,
shake- No. Shake it, and you gotta
like a Polaroid picture.
Yeah, but you gotta
Yeah.
like
Like turkey
oh here, yeah, shake.
up here.
Yeah. You gotta like.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You gotta shake that.
Oh, it's a little like a mariachi.
All right, and then you just
I
like.
feel like I'm
give
in
a little-
Cancun.
We're gonna give it a little nudge.
Okay.
All right, beautiful. Mari, I gotta pour on this side, right?
Why couldn't even answer. He was like, I don't even know. How can
Look,
I?
smell that. Smell all those blends.
That's amazing.
Very-
What is that?
This is now a French Manhattan.
No, what is that?
Oh, this is a strainer. So the ice doesn't fall
Like-
out.
Oh,
Look at this.
that seems a little much. Like, just
Look
use your
at that.
pasta
Look
strainer.
at that. Nice little foam on the top there. Do a pasta strainer.
It's only for the.
that's a real party. That's a
It's
real
only for
party.
the ice. College kids don't have that.
No.
That seems a little ridiculous.
So you can serve them up, or you can serve them on the rocks. And
Your
look,
wife likes it on the
that's
rocks.
she loves it on the
That's
rocks.
Angela's.
Yeah,
That's Angela's drink.
I like
need it on
that
the
it
rocks.
hits me real fast. She sips on it. You know what I mean?
Well, somebody has to drive the other children so Jimmy can take care of them.
The other children try. They grab the car just fine. We've taught them. So, but look, it's got a nice little beautiful color in it. The cherry
It's really
gives it
pretty.
a nice little accent, and it's a fun drink.
I want you to have one of those big square ice cubes.
Oh, we can do that, but you don't want to do it on this.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
No, you can do that on a burger.
Cool.
But this is like a classic aperitivo. Like this is right
What did
before
you just say?
aperitivo, like a
Oh,
before
stop
dinner.
It opens
Like in a
the
moose
palate.
bouche.
Yes, and it opens your palate like
In a
it.
moose bouche.
In a
Oh, but
moose
that's the French. What?
What is a moose bouche?
What are you saying?
What
Cheers.
are you saying? Cheers. And that's nice. It's sweet.
That's
Gets
really
you,
good.
gets you ready for dinner. Your appetizers.
Does it?
Everything you do.
Is that what it gets you ready
every
for?
drink you have prepares you for the next moment.
Listen, it's about to be that late. All right, you guys. Thank you, John Paul. Oh, Angela, cheers. Oh, here's my friends. Ready? Here we go. Oh, ready? And we drink. Mmm. To friends. All right, don't go anywhere. You're watching, listening. It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison. You guys, welcome back to It Is Not That Late with Liv Harrison, and I'm here with Angela Marchetti. As you can tell, we have a Yeti mic because that's what, well, those of you who are watching. Those of you who are listening, you might also can tell. They're like, what happened?
I love this mic.
I mean,
It actually, it like works well with, I can put it right in the middle of the dish and then put the salad around. I can talk into the dish.
so we're happy here. We just wanted to see what a live event was with a Yeti mic, which we all know is
Okay.
Cruddy. Okay, so but we're gonna make it work.
Okay.
Angela is. I love how John Paul tried to teach me how to make a drink because he always gives me drinks. And you, when I come to your home, you always make me food. And you're like, so let's teach you something. Like, and I do know. Oh, I just see. This is why I can't have mics. I talk with my hands. I'm Italian. What are you? I'm just kidding. So you were going to teach me how to make something.
Yeah.
But I am actually a good cook. You don't know that. You don't visit me. I visit you.
All right. Well, we're gonna come visit you.
Sure.
And when I come visit you,
I'm gonna make this.
You're gonna make this.
I'm gonna make
this. This is so simple.
Okay.
Okay. It's like 4 ingredients. I'm gonna show you 2 things really fast.
It's like a lot more than 4 ingredients.
2 things. Well, maybe a couple more, but.
Italians can't count. They can cook.
Well,
But they can't. We saw how your husband made a drink.
No. Per dish, it's like 4 ingredients or so. But now
All
you're
right,
gonna
go ahead.
like actually that was 7. But anyway, it's under 10. Okay. So all right. So the first thing that I'm gonna make is a little appetizer that you can bring to dinner party, or you can put it out for a holiday party. It's super inexpensive to make. I never knew what to do with radishes ever.
Nobody does.
And my mother-in-law taught me. I mean, they're great, but you can't just like take it and bite it because they're too, sharp and they burn. So she taught me something. My mother-in-law taught me so many things. My parents did too. But my mother-in-law taught me how to use radishes. All right, so basically, you slice these radishes super thin, okay? And then you start to fan them out in this pretty bowl, like whatever.
You're like
you
an
want.
Italian Martha Stewart.
Okay, here, Liz, help me. You're just
Help
gonna
you what?
look. You're just gonna make like a pretty,
Oh, we're gonna keep going with the
Yeah.
Nobody likes this many radishes.
a little design. No, it's actually delicious.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
well,
but all right. So now you do this.
how do we do?
You did great.
Do you want me to do this?
Yeah. Oh, they'll be fine. They're not bad. Like they're not.
You'll be fine.
You're not gonna die.
They're not. They don't.
Is
burn
this
you.
an Ohio radish?
No. It's from Canada.
It's from Canada.
I don't know. I'm so stupid. I'm so bad.
Oh, you're cute.
Anyway,
we don't live in that
They
country.
don't sting that much. Like they're not like that sharp.
It's good. I like
Okay.
it. No,
All
it's
right,
very
look.
crunchy.
Extra virgin olive oil,
That's all we do as
Okay.
Italians. We put that on everything.
cracked black pepper.
This is probably a dessert.
Look, 1, 2, 3. All right, and then the 4th. Squeeze of lemon, and you're done.
You want me to
Okay?
eat that? That you're gonna serve that to people.
You're gonna serve this at your dinner party. This costs like probably $3 to make, and honestly, it's beautiful.
The
It's
pepper?
like impressive. It's a wow factor. Like look,
It's
so
beautiful.
pretty, right? You can get the pretty radishes. Look,
That's it.
okay. So that's one. Next one, fennel orange.
Is
salad.
this how Oprah and Ellen feel when they? Am I Rachel Ray? Have I gone to sleep and woken up as Drew
All right,
Barrymore?
so this is my beautiful Jalisca platter. You've heard
Thank
me
you for
speak
knowing
about
that,
Jalisca
Michelle.
before,
Michelle
but anyway,
laughed.
you want to pick a beautiful platter to put your. I like to serve things in flat platters versus bowls because you can spread it out more and make it like stretch it more, without using so many ingredients.
instead of the depth.
All right.
That makes
So
sense.
look, this is the bed of arugula. Like this is just a base.
Which is peppery. You're kind of going through a peppery thing.
yeah. I'm postpartum.
Is that a thing? Is that postpartum? Postpartum pepper.
Then you're gonna take some beautiful navel oranges.
Okay.
All right, you're just gonna lay them in there. These are kind of decrepit looking.
They look good. What do you mean? You're sorry.
But anyway,
It's
so you're gonna make a
gorgeous.
pretty pattern with them.
Yeah.
If I was home, I would take,
This would take you 3 hours if you were home.
No,
I've
actually,
seen what you do.
Look, 5 seconds. Fennel. Do you like fennel?
I don't know.
Okay, so taste this.
I don't. Okay.
It's like licorice.
Ugh. I love how you tell me that. Nobody likes licorice. My father
Taste
loves
it.
licorice.
It's so good.
He also likes
fresh.
creamed herring. Do you like creamed herring?
No, ew. That's gross.
It's gross. Oh,
Isn't that? Oh, you don't
this
like
is so good.
All right, she doesn't like
No,
it. Anyway.
I love it. It does taste like. Is this how they make licorice?
No, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, they dip it in black paint.
All right, put it down. Put it down. All right, so you're gonna put some fennel in the dish. Red onions.
My lips are burning.
drink the Manhattan. Drink the Manhattan. All right. Anyway, red onions.
Yeah.
Okay. Some salt.
Mm-hmm.
Olive oil. And then my secret weapon is always my dad's red wine vinegar because.
He makes it.
Oh yeah.
How long is it going to take me to chew this fennel?
Red wine vinegar. Okay. Pour that on.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
How do you make red wine vinegar?
It's the wine that's not good to drink. You just let it ferment more, and it turns into vinegar. It's delicious. Okay, then you squeeze an orange like this. Boom. Oh, I just got your microphone all
We don't
dirty.
know.
And then if you have a zester, you probably should, before you squeeze it, zest the orange. Okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
And then you're going to take little fennel fronds.
That tastes like this? that I'm still chewing.
All right, so Liv is
3
definitely not
hours
gonna make it
later?
for me,
No, I'm just kidding. It was fine. It was, but it is
No.
like there's a part of my throat I didn't know I had. I just found it. It's there.
Anyway, so that is not how it would look if I...
Took 3 hours to make it, and then I can't with you.
No, but guys, honestly,
This
look.
is so beautiful.
5
Okay, hold it up.
ingredients.
Look.
Let's see.
I love all the women. All the women are getting up to look, and all the men are like,
The
we're
guy's
fine.
like, put it in a dish here.
You want to taste this?
The men don't want the
Here.
French Manhattan.
Taste it.
All right, clap. I was like, you guys do not. You guys. It's the Ohio in us.
Anyway,
who says y'all?
Liv, thank you.
I love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're the best. You guys. You know what? We're gonna close the show. No, stay. Okay. Oh, yeah. We're gonna. Okay.
Here.
Yeah, but we're gonna.
This way.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I still have this. I'm pretending inside. Okay, so I'm gonna close the show because we lost of our technical. But I want to say to everybody, thank you so much, everyone who's in this room. I love each of you, and I have loved each of you for so long. Jesus wants me here whether you do or not. Who's to argue with Jesus, okay? So thank you for your hospitality, for your community, for loving me, and I just absolutely love you guys to pieces so much. I'm praying for all of you. I love my Veritas family. I love everybody who's listening. I hope you're having a great Christmas season. I hope that you are going to celebrate Epiphany. Now you can eat all the chocolate and the radishes and the fennel.
Alright, so you don't need fennel.
I do! Do I get a fork? I'm trying to close the show.
Sorry.
Do I use my hands?
Yeah, I don't have a fork.
Okay, awesome. Oh, here's Mario.
I'm sorry.
Man, he really is handy. That's
really
a good
is.
brother.
He's so good.
And okay, 2 forks. That was very COVID friendly. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna end with us doing this. You guys, oh my God. You guys, thank you for watching and listening to It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison, this very special episode where we are live. That's a lot of fennel. I just finished chewing. I still have some in the back of my throat. Okay, ready? Cheers. You guys, happy holidays.